Hello everybody, welcome back and thank you for joining me for another video. All right, I am back from Texas. I needed about a week to, unpack, settle in, get back into a routine with myself and the kids. I had an absolute blast with Massey Art Studio, Lee and Jeremy, and all the students who came out to Dallas, Texas, and we had an incredible event. Super fun time, awesome students, awesome paintings, awesome results. It was just awesome. Super, super happy to have done that. And I will post pictures of some of the event at the end of this video for those of you who have not seen them on Facebook, because I did post them all over Facebook on my Facebook page. But if you haven't seen it there, I will put some pictures at the end of this video of the event. So to everyone who was there, thank you guys all so much for coming. I hope you guys had a blast. And stay tuned for some upcoming news. That's all I'm going to say. Watch my next video or two for some special announcements. Yes, I know I'm crazy. Okay, so what's coming up? Oh, I am teaching a class. I am teaching a class here in my home studio, London, Ontario, November 18th. Saturday, November 18th, I am teaching a class. There are two classes available, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Both are being different classes that are being taught, and both of them are half full already. And that's because I sent an email out to everyone on my mailing list, so they kind of had first dibs. That's why you need to be on my mailing list. But yeah, if you are interested in attending here in my home studio, London, Ontario, Saturday, November 18th, you can email me at kanellaciraco@gmail.com for information. And I literally only have a few spots left, okay? Calendars, I have only a handful left. If you want any calendars, or if you want a calendar, they're actually sealed up, but okay. If you want a 2024 calendar, that's all I'm going to show you. Try and pause that. But yeah, if you are interested in a calendar for 2024, calendars are $35 Canadian currency, okay? And you can email me if you are interested in one. All right, I'm gonna get started to today's interesting video. So let me tell you what I've got here, and this is gonna be done in multiple steps, of course. Now, you've seen me do a few of these stencils before. They are from Pour Away Fluid Art. Okay, and that information is in the description below with a link and a 10% discount code, okay? So you'll be able to save 10% off using code Kanella10 if you order from Pour Away Fluid Arts. Now, I did the paint drip piece. I've done the, what did I do? I did something else. Oh, I did that like half circle moons of like rainbow colors. And then I also did the honeycomb. Was it honeycomb? Honeycomb. I did the honeycomb with the bees, super cute. All those three videos were from, and I used the stencils from Pour Away Fluid Arts. So I have this one. I have a few other ones that I'm still, I still need to do. But today I'm doing this one. I don't remember what this one's called. I'll try and put it down here or in the description below. It comes in two pieces, okay? So you do have to put them together when you're working with it, which is no problemo. And what I've gone ahead and done now, when you buy them, they actually, they're like a gold color on the back. Actually, the front too. Let me see if I have one. Kind of packed away. They come in a copper kind of color. I spray painted it silver, okay? Only the one side. You can kind of see that it's kind of copper on this side. By the way, aren't my nails the coolest? I just had them done. Isn't that neat? Chrome, and then matte, and then shiny. Yes, I know. I love my nails. Okay, so... oh my gosh. But yeah, you can see that it's like a copper color, okay? So I like to spray paint it silver. You can leave it copper. You can spray paint it whatever color you want. Okay. I like it silver. So the idea here, it's kind of like a ribbon, right? And then a ribbon intertwining the ribbon kind of thing. So what I'm working on here is a 12 by 24 inch wood board. Okay. I have it taped on the bottom. I went ahead and rolled black acrylic paint, oxide black by Amsterdam. Doesn't have to be Amsterdam. It could be any paint. You could even use gesso, but it is white. But I wanted black base, so I did 3 coats. 3 coats of black paint, okay? And then I sanded it, okay? Super simple. You don't really need to see that on camera. I would hope not. So 3 coats of black paint. I sanded it. What kind of grit? A light one, the lightest one you can find. Super soft grit. Doesn't have to be hard. Actually, it shouldn't be hard because then you'll just sand the paint right off the board. So a super, super duper fine grit sandpaper, okay? And that's all I did to prep this board. That is it. That is all. My resin of choice, as usual, is Krystal Resin, okay? And like I said, stay tuned. Coming up in about a week or so, there's going to be a big announcement sale on some Krystal Resin, okay? In the meantime, don't forget, you can always go on the website and save using code Kanella7. But if you want to wait for the sale, stay tuned about a week or so from now, okay? So I'll be using Krystal Resin. I will be tinting my resin black, which I will be using my black paste from Krystal Resin. It comes in a multitude of different colors, which you can find on the website. I'll just show you a few right now, but lots of colors. But I like to use the black. It's a paste. It's not a powder. It's a paste, and I use it to tint my resin. Okay, so I'll be doing that. I am going to take these off for now. I'm going to mix a batch of resin, put some black in it, mix it up, get it all ready to go, and I will be right back and we'll do the first step of this piece. Be right back. All right, so I've got my resin mixed up, okay? And I've added my black to it, and now I'm going to put it on my board. If you watch video number 429, it is a video on how I use the resin, how I top coat a piece. This is essentially the same thing, just basically just pretend as if this had a blowout. Just pretend it had a blowout, and I'm just top coating it. But yeah, you can kind of get some tips and tricks and, you know, that kind of stuff on video 429 if you are interested. All right, so that is plenty, I hope. I'm going to heat it up and pop all the air bubbles with my heat gun. All right, so I'm going to just use my fingers here, and I'm going to make sure my edges are covered with resin. You want a thin layer. You don't want to pile on the resin on this because you want to make sure that when you put the stencil down, that it's, you know, not so thick that it's going to fill up the holes or the channels, if you will, of the stencil. So you don't want to put too much, just enough to cover the base and the sides, of course. Okay, and now I'm just going to bring the resin into the center and just make sure every bit is covered. And this is why I love using my hands, because I can feel if there's a dry part on the board somewhere, and then I can just make sure it gets covered. So once I get this all on, The next step will be to pop the air bubbles again and then place the stencil on. All right, so it is fully covered. I like to just skim across and make sure my resin is all evenly layered on here, like so. Okay, and one more swoop around the edges to make sure that I don't feel any dry spots of wood or canvas if you're doing it on a canvas. You don't have to do this on wood. You can definitely do it on a canvas. All right, so that is that. I'm gonna take these off. I'm gonna pop the bubbles again and warm it up a little bit. Just realized I had a reflection from my light. I shall move that out of the way. Sorry. Okay. Are we good? A little bit of a reflection still. That's what happens with black. There we go. You get my reflection. Okay, so I made extra resin because I have to resin a piece after this. So I just made one big batch. I just want to stir it up. Make sure. Shouldn't let resin sit for too long, but I'll be done in a jiff. Okay, I'm going to take my torch, and even though I put 3 coats of black paint, sometimes the board still breathes and you know, you get these air bubbles. So I'm just going to use my torch, pop any remaining teeny tiny bubbles, and I will use the torch again in about 5-10 minutes or so because I know more bubbles will surface. Okay, but for now, oh, it's so smooth and shiny. I like it. Now I'm going to put on this side first because it's got a nice flat edge to it. So, you know, at least when you put it on, you can kind of maneuver it a little bit. Not too much though, so just try and make sure you want it exactly where you want it. I know that's really hard to do. Okay, I'm gonna get my tweezers, which I already should have had. Okay, let's straighten this baby out. Make sure everything lines up perfectly and that this is straight. Okay. I think that's looking pretty good. And then check your board to see if you have any fluffsters in there, little floofies. I think I like that. It's right there at the top, not going over the edge. Should I bring it down a bit? Maybe I should. Maybe I should bring it down a bit. Didn't even think about that. So all these little things you have to think about when you're working with like 2 pieces like this, right? Yeah, that's better. Good thing I noticed that. Definitely wanted to bring that down. Okay, I'm hoping that this does not move. It shouldn't. Where's it gonna go? The piece is fully level, so I'm not worried about that. The board, I mean, is very level, so I'm not worried about that. I just need to make sure these pieces here stay put and connected. As connected as possible. Okay, so that's it. That is step numero 1, okay? So I'm gonna let this sit. I am gonna use the torch and pop some air bubbles again and then check it for any fluff or debris and take it out. As I can see right now, a Juno hair right here on the edge. I should have changed my sweater and I didn't because I was lazy. Okay, just pop the bubbles. Another thing you can do is put down your black resin and come back in like an hour when it's like sticky and tacky and then put the stencil on. Quite frankly, that's what I should be doing. I don't have the time for that right now because it is late at night and I don't really have the patience to come back. What I will do is maybe come back in an hour. That's what I should have done, but I don't know if I'll come back down. That's my problem. I don't know if I'll come back down to the studio. So for now, it is what it is. But you may want to do that. You may want to just wait and come back until it's sticky and tacky and then place the stencil on, because you'll have a better chance of it staying put if you do it that way. All right, this is done, this step. I will be back tomorrow with step 2. Be right back. All right, everybody, I'm back. It's the next morning, ready for the next step. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've mixed some resin, and I'll tell you the colors that I'm going to be using. They are going to be This Little Piggy from This Little Pigment, and I've got Sapphire. That's one. Then I've got Taffy, and then I'm going to throw in a green, Lily Pad. And then my ribbon that's going to be going in, that's intertwining through all this, I'm just using my High Tide Piggy Paste. Okay, again, all these are from This Little Pigment, TLP. Okay, Fluid Art Co. website, fluid-art.co. Again, information, you can always find everything I discuss and talk about in the description below my videos, and you can find all the information there. So I've gone ahead and mixed my resin, and I've done these little cups here of all my colors. Let me show you what they look like. So this one is Sapphire. So pretty. Super, super nice. Okay, and then this one's the Taffy. All right, and then, whoa, sticky on the bottom, Lily Pad. Alrighty, so those are the colors I'm using. Now, I'm gonna start, what is that? Floof. Doesn't matter because I'm gonna put a clear top coat on top of this when this is done. So if fluff ended up in it, it's okay because I'm going to top coat it. So I'm gonna start with my ribbon of white. That way I don't screw myself up by putting a color where it shouldn't go. So I'm going to just use a popsicle stick and then use like something like this skewer with the little sharp tip on the end to get into cracks and little crevices. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this in regular time, and then I will actually speed you guys up. All right, so I just like to take a popsicle stick and put a little bit on it, and I want to drizzle it into the little channel here. Now don't overflow it. If you overflow it and go over the actual, you know, stencil, then that is a bad thing. You're going to be overflowing into the other colors next to you, next to what you're working on in the next channel over, and trust me, you do not want that. So got my paper towel here. So you want to fill it, but just don't overflow it, but you don't want it to be like have a pocket either. You want to make sure it's just enough. Okay, and if you happen to overfill it, just wipe your popsicle stick and then just dip it back in, and like it'll get stuck on the stick and then you can scrape it off, kind of thing. So I'm going to be bold here, and I like using these cups because I can squeeze it and create a little tip. And I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to try, oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to try to drizzle into this channel ever so carefully. You can do it this way, you can do it the other way by using your popsicle stick. It'll just take forever, that's all. That's the only problem with that. All neat. So you can do this as well by drizzling into the channel. Now there's a lot of air bubbles, which is fine. We're gonna pop them not only with the, actually we'll pop them with the torch. We don't need the heat gun, okay? Got a little bit on the silver there, but that's okay. I can wipe that off with my finger. You can choose to wear gloves. You can take them off. I can't wear gloves and try and do these little fine, intricate details. I'll end up, you know, the gloves get in my way. All right, so I'm going to speed you guys up a little bit as I continue this process, and I shall be right back. All right, everybody, that took forever. I thought that would be super quick because there's not that many channels, but these little crevices here where it gets smaller are a royal pain in the butt. I love the way this looks. I'm super happy with it, but my goodness, this was ridiculously time consuming. So that being said, do not mix all of your 5 colors or whatever colors you're doing. Don't mix them all at once. By the time I got to this lighter blue, it was so tacky and thick. It made it really hard for me to pour into these channels, especially into the little crevices. So don't do that. I did that with the very, very first piece I did with the paint drips. And I did like all, what was it, 10 colors? I don't know, whatever colors. Don't do that. Do 2 at a time, mix some new batch of resin and do the other ones, because I tell you, yeah, this light blue got super tacky by the time I got to it, and it was really hard to get it perfect. Like near the end, I was making mistakes and getting a little resin on the silver part, but I cleaned it up, no problem. I do have this super duper duper sharp like tweezer tool. Don't ask me where I got it from. I have no idea where it's from. But I had it here in my, stuff, and I used it to kind of scrape off any resin that may have fallen on the silver actual pattern. And as you saw throughout the sped up version, I did use my torch and pop bubbles. Don't use the heat gun, use the torch and just skim across Okay, do it a couple of times because bubbles will resurface. Okay, just keep moving all the time, okay? Don't keep it held in one spot. Now, the problem with spray painting is sometimes the spray paint will leak into your colors, which is what it's done here into my white if you overheat it too much, but that's okay. A little swoosh with my stick here and it's good to go. Okay, so there you go. I'll show you guys a quick close-up. I'm gonna let this dry. I don't think I missed any spots. Let me just look very carefully. Nope, I think I got it all. Yep, I did. Okay, it's perfect. I love it. And then I'm gonna let this dry, and then tomorrow I'm gonna put a clear coat on top and it'll be ready to go. I will be right back. So here's a quick close-up of it still wet. Don't mind the reflections, but I love it. It's perfect. I'm loving the green and the blue. So like I said, this is going to dry, and then I'm going to put a clear top coat and finish it off. All right, everybody, back for the final step. So this is ready to go. I love the way it turned out. Everything turned out perfect, even where the connections were, you can barely see it. I'm super happy with it. So I've gone ahead and already mixed my resin. So again, Krystal Resin, 1 part resin, 1 part hardener. I sit and I stir it for about 3 to 4 minutes. So this is ready to go. All right, so I'm just going to make sure there's nothing on here, no fluffs. Alrighty, she's good to go. So I'm just gonna pour a final coat on top and finish this puppy off. I'm so excited the way this is turning out. And again, like this video is done in multiple steps. So it's been like over a week that I've been doing this. So sometimes I remember what I've told you, sometimes I don't remember what I've told you. So I may repeat myself. I'm going to use my heat gun to warm up the resin and pop the bubbles. And now I'm just going to use my hand, like the first step, make sure I get all my edges covered. So while I'm doing this, let me remind you that I am teaching, I know I said this already in the video, but again, it was probably a week ago when I said it. I am teaching a workshop here in London, Ontario on November 18th. I have 2 spots left in each class. I have a morning class and an afternoon class. Morning class is a black and white blowout. You'll get to do a black and a white one. And then in the afternoon, the class is learning on a big canvas. You will get to do 2 16 by 20 inch canvases. So if you are interested in attending and coming to London and taking one or both of those classes, there's only 2 spots left in each class. So email me at kanellaciraco@gmail.com if you are interested. I have 4 calendars left. That's all I've got. So if you are interested in a calendar, get it now. Once they're gone, they're gone. I don't think I'm gonna order any more. All right, so if you're interested in a calendar, they are $35 Canadian plus shipping. Okay, so if you are interested in that, you can email me again. What else? This Saturday, I am going to Lisa Marvin's house. You may have seen the little quick snippet videos on Facebook. But I'm heading to Lisa Marvin's house. Wish me luck. You know, I may have a heart attack over there. We all know Messy Marvin. So I'm going over there and we are going to be doing some blowouts and some blooms and all kinds of fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. It is going to be a video up on YouTube at some point, but we're going big in this. Lisa wants to do a massive canvas for her blowout. So this should be interesting. And while I'm there, I'm going to try and organize this woman and help her clean up her studio. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens. Anyways, what else is going on? Ooh, special announcement coming up in one of my next videos. Stay tuned. It'll probably be on Wednesday. So stay tuned for a special announcement. You're not going to want to miss it. All right. I think that's all I have to say for now. I've got all the crevices and the pockets and everything filled up. Lots of air bubbles on here because I'm kind of messing with it, but that's okay. Because I will pop those right now with, I'm going to use the heat gun first and then I'm going to use the torch. All right, so that's, oh gosh, this looks awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it about 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to come back and torch it. Tomorrow, when this is done and dry and I'm able to handle it from underneath, never touch it from the top, never actually touch the resin with your fingertips, I'm going to peel the tape off the back. I won't show that in this video, but if you want to know how to peel the tape off the back of a canvas, which is basically the same thing as this, you can check out video 429. Okay, 429 shows you all of that and is step-by-step on how I do that. So just go and check out that video. And then in my next video, I'll show you guys, well, you kind of see the dried results. This is the dried results, just with the resin on top that's still wet. But I think I'm gonna leave it at that. And this video is done. So I'm just gonna, again, pop the bubbles in about 5 minutes, see any air bubbles that may pop up. Make sure I'm gonna get all my little fluffs and any hairs that might be in there with my tweezers, okay? And again, you know, you can save a discount on your Krystal Resin using code Kanella7. You can get the stencil from Pour Away Fluid Arts, saving 10% off on their website using code Kanella10. The pigments are from TLP, Fluid Art Co. website. Again, all this information is listed in the description below. Where did I get the board? The wood board, it's from a local art supply store here in London, but I'm sure when, you know, for those of you in the US, you can get them at Hobby Lobby. My gosh, I wish we had a Hobby Lobby in Canada. I went to Hobby Lobby in Texas with Lee and Jeremy from Massey Art Studio, and I wanted to be in there all day. I cannot believe the amazing stuff Hobby Lobby has, and we don't even have one, which really sucks. Canada, get your shh together. Anywho, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys love it. It is available for purchase. It's a 12 by 24 inch. Okay, it's available for purchase. You know what to do. Email me if you want it. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Any questions, put them in the comments below. And that is it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll do a quick flyover with the final results after this. All right, so here is the final piece. Super smooth. Of course, the resin still needs to dry, but look at that. Super smooth, like glass. Perfect top coat. Got to get that little fluff out. Still haven't done that. I'll do that after I'm done with this video and then walk away. Walk away and get out of my studio. So there it is, my friends. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I'm loving it. It's so simple, very simple and elegant. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. And like I said, it's available for purchase if you're interested. KanellaCiraco@gmail.com. Until next time, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.